What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel here, my name is Brandon. In today's video, we are diving into two easy, quick dividend stocks that may be of interest to you if you're looking to maybe make some purchases in the upcoming week, okay? Obviously, do your own research and due diligence. I'm just gonna try to point you guys in the right direction. I think, honestly, the market that we are in right now, I'm not seeing a ton of glaring value. I think actually a very important part of being an investor and something you learn over the years is knowing times and periods when to go a little bit heavier and when you're seeing these pockets of opportunity go. And at the same token, assessing whether it's a time to kind of just sit back and let your investments do their thing. I know everybody's always so eager to invest and deploy money, but you don't have to buy stocks every day or every week, depending on your personal strategy. But for me, I feel like we're in one of those markets where there's nothing that glaring. These two stocks, however, hopefully you see eye to eye with, and it's one that may point you guys in the right direction. Also, you guys know I just got back from my fishing trip over the weekend. Amazing time. I will save the stories and photos till the end of the video. If you do want to stick around to that, I'll put timestamps and everything there for you guys. But if you enjoy, give this one a thumbs up. Don't forget our Investing Academy is down below. First link in the description if you want to check that out. But let's dive into stock number one, which is the company TC Energy. Ticker here is TRP. And we're looking today at a 5.70% dividend. Now, we have talked about TC Energy a couple times in the past. It's one of the big energy plays right here in Canada, actually headquartered out of Alberta, as you very well may have assumed. They have about 60,000 miles of oil and gas pipelines. They are massive in the natural gas space, in particular transportation of natural gas. And as you can see by the map that I have up on the screen, this spans all over North America, as well as into Mexico. For those not following with the company, just a little bit of current events news. I'm sure everyone's heard about this by now, but the Keystone XL pipeline was officially canceled. And this goes back, this is a statement that was released in June 2021, so a month ago. After ages and ages of battling for this, it did not go in the company's favor. And you know what? That's life. That's something you have to expect and accept if you're in an area such as these pipeline companies, where there's a lot of politics that comes into play. And even more than that, there's just things don't always pan out. Now that's okay, because with a company like TC Energy, where I think it very much differentiates itself from, let's say, an Enbridge, which we talk about on the channel a lot, even an Ovintiv, which is a company that I personally own. This company has significant exposure to the natural gases side of things. I know there's a lot of people that are not for the energy sector right now, or they think that oil is going to crap and that this is a dying industry. I personally don't fall in that camp. But for someone that is trying to get their energy exposure and they want to at least get away from solely dependent on the coal and oil forms of energy, this company is massive when it comes to the natural gases. Lower emissions than traditional forms. I think it's a space that we can argue is within the energy sector somewhere that you want to be over the coming years. This company, in terms of their dividend, is a very impressive one. As I mentioned, today they're yielding up above 5%. That's on a per share basis, $3.48 Canadian per share. And they've been compounding this dividend at 7% over the past 5 years. In terms of the streak for this company, this is taken directly from their investor relations FAQ page. On February 18th, 2021, TC Energy's board of directors raised the quarterly dividend to 87 cents per share, $3 on an annual basis. This was the 21st consecutive year the board raised the dividend. So a very attractive history and track record there of paying out and increasing dividends year after year. This stock is down about 20% still off their pre-pandemic highs, we could say. A PE ratio today trading at 25, I think is very fair. Again, in this overall market, it's just, I think that's a very fair price to pay on stocks. That's kind of what you're seeing across the board. And all in all, if you are someone that's looking for that energy exposure, you're looking for some very reliable dividends, which are not just being paid, but growing year after year, I would say look no further than TC Energy, where the shares today trade at $61.03 Canadian. Moving on to our second stock for this video, we're gonna bounce over to the US market for those that do invest in US dividend stocks. It is the company Clorox, ticker CLX. Today, the dividend is sitting at 2.57%. And this is a stock that I've been liking more and more as it has come down more and more. This is a stock that in our Wealthsimple Trade portfolio, in our portfolios building challenge, you guys know we own this. Clorox, as I'm sure you know, is very familiar for their products like bleach, okay? They also have a suite of other products, many other that I find actually kind of random. Glad, the Tupperwares and bags, Brita filters, Burt's Bees, Pine Sol, a wide variety of these household or consumable items. And the stock clearly went through a really, really nice run during COVID. It kind of got coined as a COVID stock, which makes sense, but it is starting to come back down to normal levels. And as it's coming down more and more, it's a stock that is starting to appeal to me more and more and more the further and further it drops. And this shorter term performance, the quick rise and fall during pandemic, I think it's very fitting when you do take a look at how this company's revenue breaks down. So for example, with Clorox, about 40% or 41% of their revenues comes from their section they title Health and Wellness. Now, in particular, within this segment, what I'd like to highlight is the 30% directly related to cleaning products, to sanitation, to wipes, bleach, etc., etc. Over to the right of that, you're going to notice 7% with professional products. That's actually a very, very key part of this business breakdown, because to me, what this pandemic has taught a lot of companies, a lot of people to begin with, but especially companies, I think that the way we view sanitation and cleanliness, I don't think that that's just going to stop in terms of the additional wipes and the additional hand sanitizers and whatnot. That's probably not just going to stop once this whole pandemic is over and once everyone's vaccinated. Obviously, some companies, yes, but in general, Clorox took on a number of new clients, a number of new clientele that are now using their products that I think will form a stronger base for a long-term future, right? In our homes and whatnot, we come to like the products that we use and we'll buy them again and again and again. But where I think the opportunity is for these companies, or for this company, is the corporations, is the restaurants that have now allocated little budgets here and there to buy these products. They've come onto the Clorox side of things and they're happy consumers, and that they will be continuing going forward. So I think that this pandemic actually formed a stronger base for the company Clorox going forward. You can feel free to agree or disagree. But in terms of the share performance, this drop, although it looks too steep, it's only down actually about 20%. I wouldn't consider this stock dirt cheap by any means, but what I did was just do a quick little breakdown amongst their competitors. And one of the closest competitors, in fact, in my opinion, the most fair competitor, is a company called Church & Dwight stock. You can throw this one on your watch list as well. It's ticker CHD, and they're the company behind some very, very popular products just as well. So names of equal status, maybe even more. But although these companies trade at an identical market cap, so the value of their companies are still exactly the same or very closely identical, Church & Dwight does trade at a higher PE, about 3 points higher. They do also boast a lower dividend, right? Clorox stock is known for their dividend, one of the major reasons why you'd invest in this company. On the chart that you're looking at on the screen, you're going to see 19 years of consecutive growth, compounding at a rate of, at least over the past 5 years, 7.59%. Very, very respectable. Healthy payout ratio sitting at 60%. And per share, you're getting a dividend of $4.64. This is USD, of course, which again is yielding 2.51, which isn't that bad for Clorox. One little bonus tip for those of you that did catch our video on ex-dividend dates. The ex-dividend date is coming up on Tuesday. And if you didn't catch that video, I will go ahead and link it up for the top for you guys. Very, very, very good video if you don't have an understanding of these dates and you want to maximize the amount of dividends that you receive. But overall, I think that this is a very, very fair stock to consider at the moment. I think it's a very, very high quality name, one that has built that loyalty, built the following of their brand. Very much like a Procter & Gamble, very much kind of like a Church & Dwight with these very, popular names and brands they built up. These are obviously on a much smaller scale than Procter & Gamble, but it's the same idea in terms of reliability, in terms of a staple that you can hold in your portfolio. And again, with the stock coming down a little bit, trading today at $184 per share, I think that it's a very, very fair pick to look at in the current environment amongst the options today. So guys, that'll wrap it up for my 2 quick stocks to buy for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please do take a moment and drop a thumbs up. I am actually filming another video with Mark pretty much right after this one. So that's why I didn't go too in depth, because we are doing our portfolio series review. That'll probably be posted on Monday, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because we post videos like this every week. But for those that were tuning around, waiting to hear the fishing story, it was awesome, man. We got quite a bit of fish. I'll see if I can pop up some photos to you on the right side, or on the side of the camera here. This was our haul towards the end of it. So if you take a look at that, you know, we kind of put the back of the pickup truck down, and actually down in the cooler, there's a lot more of fish that we got. Fillets. I got fish for days now. I think our total came up to about 135 pounds of fillets. So not just fish, but fillets. For fishermen, I don't know if you'll think that's a lot or not, but for us, that's more fish than we would ever need. We got to go down. It was so beautiful. I'll like check out these views as I'm kind of explaining what happened, but we took a ferry over to Nanaimo, which is, you know, from Vancouver to Nanaimo for us, you know, about a 2-hour ferry. And then we took a 4-hour drive up to a tiny little city called Beavis. If anyone knows where Beavis is, I'll be very, very impressed, because you have to go down this crazy dirt log road. We got picked up by a little fishing boat here, and this was our guide, a guy named Paul. Amazing charter guide, true friend of ours, honestly, at this point. But he drove us out to a little floating lodge. So we got to stay at, is no chateau by any means. It's not like it was no Fairmont or Ritz-Carlton. It was a really nice homey lodge, and the beds were comfy. There was warm running water. We could shower, brush our teeth, etc., etc. But it was just the coolest experience. For 3 days, we'd wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, go fishing. We caught a bunch of salmons, so Chinooks, cohos as well, but mainly Chinooks actually. I got a clip somewhere of me reeling a halibut up. So we went all the way to the bottom, about 300 feet deep, and just cranked, you know, hand bombed some halibuts. I'm actually not the biggest fish fan, for those of you that don't know, but we ate a fillet, like a fresh fillet. We went back, filleted it up, and just cooked up a little bit of halibut with just salt and pepper and a tiny bit of garlic powder. Amazing. It was so good. I can't even get over how fresh it was and how non-fishy tasting it was. It was just amazing. So I've got so much cooking ahead of me. For those that are a part of our academy, you guys will know in this photo, you'll recognize Jesse, one of our onboarding agents previously, and Joe. You may have spoken with Joe on the phone. He's the guy wearing red. And then we just went with our other friend Wyatt. I guess I could share with you guys, this was our big honkin' fish for the weekend. So this one was on the last day of fishing, and it came out to be, I think, about 26 pounds. So you can see, just relative to the other fish, how much bigger it was. And those are like, you know, decent sized fish. Some of them were cohos, so they were smaller. But yeah, it was one hell of a fight, and it was just so funny. I'll see if I have a video of actually just a tour of what the lodge looked like for anybody interested. I just did kind of like a walkthrough video. Sharing kind of like the general area where it's shared. There's other people at the lodge, but you kind of get your own respective space. I got stuck in the upstairs bedroom, literally pretty much a hallway with a bed, but again, just extremely comfy. After a long day of fishing, honestly, you just barbecue something up. You don't even shower. Nobody showers or brushes their teeth. I'm one of the few ones that did brush my teeth because I get very picky about that type of thing. But man, these guys I'm with, they didn't even shower. They didn't brush their teeth for like 3 straight days. All you got is enough to just, you know, eat, hit the hay, because as soon as the light hits the next morning, you're pretty much back at it again, out on the water. Just a phenomenal time. We caught some rock cods, different forms. Certain ones we're allowed to keep, certain ones were not in season, unfortunately. But overall, yeah, it was just an awesome time. The photo that you're looking at right now is probably my biggest fish. Well, not probably. This one was my biggest fish. I think it came in at about 22 pounds or so. Really, really fun fight. We got a video of it. You know, it's just a good time when you get them on the boat, you know, and you scoop them up and get them on the boat. We're all beginners. We're not seasoned fishermen by any means. If you guys have any great recipes, feel free to share them with me down below. Dead serious, because, you know, typically I just kind of bake the salmons just as is, you know. A little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of butter, lemon, garlic. But other than that, you know, I would really like to learn and experiment with some new ideas. So if you have any like go-to recipes, link them down below, share them down below, or better yet, go follow me on Instagram, and you can DM them to me there. We already had a couple amazing posts from our followers over on Instagram. Shout out to you guys, because I didn't yet try them, but I'm definitely going to. I got more than enough fish to do so. But all in all, guys, I'm very excited to be back and filming more videos. It was a really nice mental break for me, because I pretty much I pretty much turned off my phone. I had no access for 3 days. There was no cell connection anyways. There was technically Wi-Fi at the lodge, but I didn't even want it. You know, when you're out there, it's just so beautiful. You just want to breathe in the fresh air. You don't even want to. I look at screens enough here when I'm editing these videos and putting these together. So extremely relaxation time. Great relaxation time. If anyone wants details on the guy, this is not a promo for him or anything, but he is just one of the best low-cost guides you can find. If you're from the greater Vancouver area, I think we paid $1,350 for 3 nights. All you can fish. Like, that's insane. That's insane price. And I don't know if he's going to raise it or not, but for those of you that have gone on fishing charters in the past, like, they get up there in terms of price. So for $1,300 a person, there's nothing better than that. It was amazing. But anywho, guys, I'm going to go get ready to film a video with my father here. It's still 7:40 in the morning. Yeah, this one I can hopefully get out to you guys today at some point, so you have a little bit of time to digest it before the weekend. But as always, I'm glad to be back. If you guys enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments down below. I read them all. As always, our academy is down below too if you do want to check that out. Private membership group, training courses, link is down below. But as always, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.